Hey.
Ah, you there, Miss Blade, yes? This may seem like a chance meeting, but I assure you it is not, alright? Clearly you are fated to hear me out, you see? This is a deeply serious matter to us, okay? So before you say anything, I'm going to start talking. The short version is that the world really is a dangerous place, isn't it? Yes? So dangerous. Especially recently, yes? It's gotten to the point where a person can't even step outside to do maintenance work, hasn't it? Or like right now, as we're out here talking. Have a look above us, maybe. We could be minding our business, working in an open spot like this, and then blam! Yes, blam! 14 people have already been killed, right? It's far past the point where we can ignore this. And it's not like we don't know who's responsible, yes? As I'm sure you've guessed, it has to be the ganglion. We were supposed to have chased the last of them out of the area, but there are still stragglers, it seems. There's only one reason I can think of for these senseless attacks. It's a mix of spite against the Manon they couldn't enslave, and the humans they couldn't defeat. And I can't forgive that, can I? It makes me really mad. So mad. So mad. If you feel the same, I'd like you to help me, okay? You should go find those ganglion survivors. Beat them up, yes? Beat them up a lot even. That's a reasonable question, isn't it? But it's also a hard one to answer. We can at least be sure that it isn't overly large, maybe. A big squad wouldn't bother sneaking around sniping people, right? They just march on the city. The tactics are proof that they don't have that kind of manpower to spare, you see. Now that we've established that, I'd like you to start by tracking down their hideout, okay? Sadly, nobody thought to record the direction from which these shots have been fired, and so on. Forensics should have been more thorough, no? Is that all you need? Don't just jump into a conversation like that, alright? Also, wait, you're alive? Of course I am. True, I was hurt rather badly, but as you can see, I'm still here, no? I'm also mad enough to spit. Who just shoots a person out of the blue? A jerk, right? A jerk, who you should go beat up a lot. So you remember the direction the attack came from? Well, I was shot in the right side of my back, yes? So then, the shooter would have been north of me. There was a fair bit of recursive force to the shot, but I wasn't burned to a crisp or anything, was I? Which means the beam was extremely focused. A precision sniper round, perhaps. That suggests it was fired from a considerable distance, no? And based on the direction and distance, that would place the shooter somewhere in Primordia. I think I need to lie down. All this talking has made me a little dizzy. You go get rest, okay? We've got a good lead on the enemy now, so don't worry. Oh, and remember to eat lots of pizza for strength, yes? By the time you had dinner and a nap, this whole mess will be over. After all, I've got an ace blade on the job, don't I? I do have an ace blade on the case, right? Please? Because I really need you to head north into Primordia and investigate. Hey, I know you, yes? Oh right, you're the blade I asked to go hunt down the mystery sniper, aren't you? Not to brag, but I remembered who you were, didn't I? So, what's the news? Did you beat up whoever shot me, perhaps? Beat him up good? That's not the face of someone about to give good news, is it? I've got a nose for these things. Or eyes, I guess. Either way, I find it hard to believe you'd let them slip away, right? And if you did, then what are you doing here? You've got to go after them. If she knew where they were heading, I'm sure she'd be doing exactly that, wouldn't she? When you're out of clues, you go back to where it all started, right? That's rule one of investigations. Well, if we're back at square one, we need to start thinking about how else to track them down, don't we? So, don't just stand there waiting for us, okay? Come up with some ideas already. Without clues, I suppose we have no choice but to gather new data, yes? Boring, though, and time-consuming even. It's better to spend the time on something you know will work than to waste time trying out wild ideas, no? Sometimes there just aren't any shortcuts. So I guess you need to hit the mean streets and city streets and start asking around, okay? We're talking about a ganglion here, and one carrying a sizable weapon. Not exactly subtle, no? Someone must have seen something. One thing we know for sure is that none of us are really safe until we catch whoever's responsible, right? Let's hope that happens sooner rather than later, yes? I very, very much agree. This is a matter of man-on survival. Now, good luck to you, yes? We'll be cheering you on from here, alright?
Hey. Listen.
Listen.
Come on.
Be honest, I've kept my inventory fairly clean.
They've seen us. Cut him down. Going all out. Fire tornado line. Now it's my turn. Nice job. That was a cinch.
Welcome back, and nice work, right? I hear you gave the big jerk who shot me a real walloping, didn't you? Many, many thanks. Now I can finally sleep at night, can't I? Not to mention climbing up on the roof to work, yes? Or even dancing around for no reason. I can go all day now if I want. My days of fearing ganglion attacks while doing maintenance are over, aren't they? My productivity's going to skyrocket now. You're a literal lifesaver, aren't you? So many thanks. And even aside from that, you seem like the type I'd be happy to call a friend, perhaps. Yeah, we're more than just saviour and savee. No, at this point, we're buddies. Feel free to come by and hang out any time, okay? No awkward hero worship, I promise. We'll be waiting for you. Hey, Faluna, you've been to Sylvium, haven't you? I don't suppose you've seen anybody who looked like the boss there? Professor B, that is. I see. With all the travelling around you do, I thought maybe... but I should probably back up, right? The Professor ran off to Sylvium to gather materials for a new product we're rolling out through Factory 1.21. He headed out there in the Mirrormobile, so he should be able to return home literally as soon as he's done acquiring those materials, if you follow me. But I haven't heard a thing from him since he left. If he doesn't come back, Factory 1.21 will go under, and then I'll never receive all the money he owes me. I'll be left holding the bag on a small mountain of debts, which means I'll be totally ruined. I'll just disappear into the void like the Professor, mourned by no one. Viven, it wouldn't be fair to be the only one to survive this nightmare now, would it? So come with me. Come to a place beyond debts and liabilities. Please try to calm down, okay, Graham? We don't know anything about the Professor for certain. But he's gone silent. Did he run away to the future? Who knows? Hell, who can ever know? But wherever he went, it's all over for us. What about you? Will you come with us as well? There's nothing in this life to miss. And so do you, Graham. Life is chock full of fun things to look forward to, am I right? Hey, so, Faluna, is there any way I can convince you to go look for the Professor out in Sylvium? Factory 1.21's fate is on the line, you know, so we won't skimp on the reward. Do you mind? I'm less worried about the Professor at this point than I am about what Graham will do if he doesn't get back soon. Thank you. The Mirrormobile should be somewhere in Sylvium's North Cinder Dunes. Okay? Maybe you'll find some sign of Professor B nearby. Regardless of wherever or whenever he's run off to, I need you to drag him back here pronto, alright? There are tons of things I still need the Professor to teach me, you know? Graham and I both need him. For a nutty guy with the world's most suspicious backstory, the Professor is awfully popular, isn't he?
Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, friend, do you not think Kirsty is a simply marvellous woman? A crack operations manager, yet with a true scholar's knowledge of frontier nav. She grasped both the nature and potential of my battle probes almost instantly. She even offered to personally recommend them to some industry connections. Isn't she wonderful? I'm so glad you agree. Keen judgment, that's what she's got. Keen judgment all around. I can see why she's so popular among the Pathfinders. Putting that aside, let's get back to business. You're eager for my next series of battle probes, no doubt. Next, I think I'll craft you ones that reduce your opponent's resistance to debuffs. I'm thinking of calling them easy debuff probes. I'm sure that 30,000 units of Moranium will be enough. You're provided, of course. You and she are very much alike, you know. You have the eye to see what really matters. Bring me that Moranium, and I will bring all my experience to bear in crafting you an exceptional new series of battle probes. That issue on the third spec sheet is still in the way. Oh, hey there. Sorry about that. You have that Moranium I was asking about? That's some top quality stuff. Now I just need to resolve one last design problem and she's ready to go. If you don't mind waiting, I'll go see what advice Kirsty might have to offer. She's a frontier nav specialist and generally brilliant, so she may have the perfect solution. Got it. It's finally done. Here it is. The Easy Debuff Probe. Install one of these at a frontier nav probe site and any enemies in that region will have their resistance to debuffs reduced. Here, the first one in this new series is yours. Now put it to use, keeping the city safe. Oh, and not sure if I mentioned it, but I got the chance to demo my battle probes to some of the arms industry's higher-ups. All thanks to the good word Kirsty put in for me. I won't let this opportunity go to waste. Now that I've gotten in, I'm going to redouble my efforts and tackle bigger projects than ever. Well, did you find anybody that looks remotely like Professor B out there? What? The Mirror Mobile was abandoned? Yeesh, doesn't Professor B know that Sylvium is no place to go wandering off? Hey, there's a green panel inside the Mirror Mobile. Can you push it for me? See, the Professor's location popped up, right? He might be caught up in trouble again. I'd appreciate if you could hurry to his position and bring him back ASAP, okay? You can do whatever you want. You're not getting anything out of me. Gad, was it? If you hate me that much, man up and kill me, you sorry little... Good heavens, Faluna? Did Viven send you? Whoop whoop, you. I thought this might finally be the mission I didn't make it back from. I can fill you in on the situation once we get out of here. But first you've got to get the grey keycard that disables this barrier. A Marnock around here should be carrying it. This is a very important task for you, kid. Now that I am a CEO, I'm a very busy man, and I can't waste any more of my time here. I've got new products to flog to the masses.
Hey, but I didn't want to fight. Dark Bolt Poncho! All our Shadow Strike! Stellar Ray! Hope you're ready for this! Dark Bolt Block! Hope you're ready for this! Go Flame Club! Let's try a Screamer! Screaming! Dark Bolt Poncho! Dark Bolt Strike!
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Subterfuge! Stellar Ray!
Hostile neutralized. Switch to close range combat.
Roger! We won't have moments left! Dark Bolt Block! Too easy. Move it on the next one! Sliding Slinger! Fire Beam Barrage! Shadow Strike! Dark Bolt Blade!
Move in and strike.
Subterfuge!
Upper hand.
Dark Bolt I figured you'd win. Hope I didn't get in the way.
Well done, kid. If you hadn't come, I may well have been killed tomorrow. That Gad punk certainly has it out for me. Petty jealousy, no doubt. Ah, gathering mission-critical intel. You are ever the professional. You remember the 2-bit kidnapper, Gad? Been pestering us for a while. Well, he attacked while I was in the middle of gathering materials. Had it just been his usual goons, I would have sent them running, obviously. But the mercenary he's hired was a different story. I let my guard down for a second, and he knocked me out cold. Don't you make the same mistake. Surprise attack or no, it takes an experienced hand to take me down in one blow. In any case, stay sharp, kid. I'll meet you back at the Mirror-mobile.
Oh, great.
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee.
Damn them. Those 2-bit punks cut my Mirrormobile's power lines in an attempt to strand me here. Sorry, but it's going to take a little while to patch this up. Would you keep a lookout for... No need to bother repairing that, Professor. It can't help you now. You're off to a VIP engagement, and I've got your invite loaded right here in my clip. I'm not interested in any party you're throwing. I've got things to do. Go there yourself. You scientists are a sad lot. You can peer into the murkiest mysteries and see solutions, but you can't even recognize your own death barreling toward you. Or did you think that flimsy excuse for a blade stands a chance against my partner, Dolber the Wrecker? Oh, I think Faluna is more than you lot can even begin to handle. I would think you'd know better than most after having lost to her so many times. Then why not let her choose how this goes down? What is life after all but a series of decisions? Will it be A. Kill the egghead, swear allegiance to me, and assume that my good nature will lead me to spare your life? Or B. Join the good professor here as a co-star in Dolber the Wrecker's magical murder show. He's not nice, by the way, so it's likely to hurt a lot. Now then, which will it be? Idiocy pushed this far is practically an art. As thanks for that entertaining display, we'll return in kind. Welcome to the magical murder show. Alright, Dolber, use your overwhelming force to escort these idiots to the VIP party. We're going home alive, Faluna. Whatever it takes, kid. And once we get back, I'm going to make a massive lineup of new products and get filthy rich off of them. No mercy to anyone who gets in the way of my plan.
It didn't have to be like this.
Gina going all out. Send them flying. Cut him down.
Impressive as always, Faluna. I don't think I've ever seen your equal, kid, even among the elites of the distant future. Alright, repairs are done. I'm headed back to the city. I've got to get back to developing new products and extracting lucre from the population, past, present or future. Time is money. Preparing to jump. Mirrormobile, engage! Professor B told me what happened, what happened, about how that Gad guy was keeping in prisoner. Thank you doesn't really begin to cover it, you know. If you hadn't gone after him, who can say if the professor would still be alive? Vivienne, what have I said about calling me that? I'm founder, president and CEO of Factory 1.21. Yes, boss. Sorry, boss. Yeesh, lately he's been so obsessed with running this business, you know? Well, the making money part of it anyway. Remember how he used to go on about how science was the pure and noble pursuit of a better future? Talk about fickle, eh? And after all the trouble he's dragged you through, no one's more qualified to say that than you, right? Sometimes I wonder if maybe everyone in the future is like him. Talk about bleak prospects. In any case, here's your reward, alright? Thank you for saving our company. Get this, Vivian. Graham here has sworn fealty to me and joined our little Factory 1.21 family. What? No. I just told you to hurry up and pay me back as quickly as possible, yes? Which clearly means you want the company to grow and succeed, and are eager to help that happen in whatever way you can. Oh, you're just adorable, Graham. Lucky you, Vivian. You finally get an underling of your own. Ugh. Graham's kind of a pushover, isn't he? He'll probably be working here for life. Hey, don't just stand there and let me get railroaded. There's no reason at all why I should have to work here. Enough whining. Now get over here so we can start your employee orientation. What? Why? This isn't fair. Well, the professor's a solid engineer, right? At least you'll help make some excellent gear. Maybe you'll let us help you out the next time you're in need of equipment.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey,
We successfully immigrated to New LA thanks to your help, Faluna. And I know you have aided many of my kind since. You speak with confidence and sincerity. No doubt that is why we place trust in you so readily. I truly believe you are the only one to whom we can entrust this task. Please help us learn the true face of Golbugger. Golbugger was a divine being who existed on our homeworld of Bidun. We are taught that he bathed the planet in a sea of Voltant before giving birth to our ancestors. I've been conducting research around the clock to uncover the nature of this holy entity as he existed before the day of regrowth. Yet most evidence of Golbugger's civilization was lost, dissolved in the sea of Voltant. However, I have just recently learned that someone here on Mirror bears a piece of Golbugger's legacy. I would like to ask you to go and accept that article from them. What do you say? Will you accept this task? Thank you. The article is currently in the hands of Azura Bogan, named Tuluria. He is a heretic. When we fled the Ganglion, he refused to accompany the rest of us, preferring instead to live alone in Coldros. I do not know what he will demand in exchange for the article, but I ask that you secure it by any means necessary. That one record of the lost civilization before ours could become the key to untold discoveries. It could reveal the secrets of my kind's origin, and more. You must help us to know our roots. Oh, now I've begun seeing things. But why would I see a mirage, human of all things? Very strange. Now the mirage is explaining its own existence, and rather lucidly at that. Fascinating. I won't be fooled if you think I'll go believing people exist with zero evidence to support it. You have me confused with my fool brethren. Well, if you're not vanishing, I may as well hold on long enough for one last conversation. Why have you come here, Mirage? What? You want me to hand over Goldbugger's legacy? Awfully presumptuous for an illusion. But fine. Bring me a Zitro diamond, packed full of highly condensed voltant, and it's yours. I stole it from their cathedral to prove Goldbugger never existed, but I don't suppose it matters now. If I don't devoltanize soon, that and any other ambitions I hold will die with me. Can't go on. What? Strong voltant waves nearby. Oh, I feel voltant filling every inch of my body. It's the raw force of a true Zitro diamond. Huh? You're the Mirage I saw. Wait, did you bring me this? Thanks to you, I don't know that I've ever felt so thoroughly full of voltant. Which means I have a promise to keep. This disc is what you're after, is it not? Take it. Though, I still don't understand why a human would desire such a thing. What? Felloran sent you? If I'd known that, I wouldn't have handed it over so easily. Perhaps it's not too late though, for you see, if a Goldbugger fanatic like him gets his hands on that, he'll spread dangerous rumours. So just hand it back to me. Do that and I'll prove once and for all Goldbugger doesn't exist. Nah. You're no different from the other Zurabogan, blindly believing in something nobody's ever seen. Fine then, take it. But I'll tell you now, the only thing you're going to prove with what's on there, is that Golbugger never existed.
Okay.
Friend, no?
Did Toluria cede Golbugger's legacy to you? Ah, then this disc contains a record of the lost era of Golbugger. That reminds me of someone. Back when we were still on our homeworld of Bidun, there was a troubled Zurabogan who claimed that Golbugger did not exist. Yes, I am sure of it now. His name was Tulara. Such a sad individual. But all of that matters not. Not now that we have Golbugger's legacy. I will set about investigating its contents now. The long-concealed truths regarding Golbugger will soon be brought to light. Troubling. The disk is encrypted. It seems it can't be viewed in this state. I doubt anyone but Killaran could manage to get past something this complex. I'm most truly sorry to heap favour upon favour, but could I ask you to show this disk to a Zurabogan named Killaran, and ask him to unlock it? Travels mirror performing Voltant geological surveys, so I'm afraid he won't be easily found. I apologise for the inconvenience, but please, we're but one final step away from learning the truth about Golbugger. Don't see many humans around these parts. What brings you here? Some nasty indigents make their home here. It isn't the sort of place one comes without reason. You came looking for me? Ah, they want that disc decrypted. May I please see it for a moment? It's not a model that is familiar to me. I should be able to open it up, though it shouldn't take too long. I hate to make this quid pro quo, but if you happen to go hunt the Zedom Sato stalking the area while you're waiting, I'd appreciate it. That thing has nearly had the better of me a few times now during my survey. It's a real pain. I promise I'll have this disc unlocked and waiting for you when you get back. Do you mind?
Incoming enemy. Shoot some more. Lightning close. Shooting star. Early bird. Starbolt Rondo. Starbolt Rondo.
Keep them going.
Hope you're ready for this. Flash Flinger. Scream Edge. Stellar Ray. Starbolt Rondo.
Upper hand.
Starbolt Ray. Shooting Star. Don't push. Lightning Flow.
Appreciate it.
Bombardier.
That
Geolibrium.
move in and keep the rhythm going.
Hope you're ready for this. Fire Carnival. Starbolt
Now,
Ray.
my turn.
Starbolt Rondo. Stellar Ray. Stellar Ray. Starbolt Ray. My blood's really pumping now.
That's the dent in 'em. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Side slash.
Hope you're ready for this.
That's how you do it.
Starbolt Rondo.
You can do it.
Starbolt Ray. Early bird.
Scream it. Move in and do some damage.
Stellar Ray.
Upper hand.
Starbolt Ray.
Shadow strike.
Starbolt Rondo. Go me. Now close the gap. Shooting star. Starbolt Ray.
That
Starbolt Rondo. Don't push. Rising Flinger. Geolibrium. Stellar Ray. I know I'm ready. Are you?
I owe you one.
Starbolt Ray. Starbolt Rondo. Go me. Close the gap.
Primer. Now, melee attack.
Starbolt Rondo.
Side slash.
Like I'm on my own again. Jet stream. Stellar Ray. Don't push. Starbolt Ray. Starbolt Rondo. Geolibrium. Shooting star. I can't keep this up. They're not so tough. Aim for their vitals. I can't keep this up. Stellar Ray.
Why does it have to be such a fight against something near that thing?
We've been spotted, and it's big.
Cut him down. Going all out. Carnival. Seven flying. Cut him down. Hit him again. Lazarov.
Yeah.
Sometimes you. Lazarov. Up and scream. Now. Burn. Phoenix win. Dodge this. Dodge this. Wow.
Shadow strike.
Get up, get up, get up.
Sling up.
I knew it!
Subterfuge.
Typical.
Now, melee attack! Double fire! I'll blast a full race for life! Laser set! Shadow Wanda! Shadow Wanda!
Melee attacks. Subterfuge. Upper hand.
I know!
Fire.
Shadow Wanda! Fire
Shadow strike.
My blood's really pumping now!
Bio
Shooting star!
Flame edge.
Starbolt blast dance!
Beam barrage.
Douche punch!
Upper hand.
Starbolt Wanda! My blood's really pumping now! Pushover!
We got him. Let's move.
You got him? Blessed day. Now I can finally make some real progress with my survey work. And as luck would have it, I just finished up here. Your disk is descripted and ready to go. It looked like it holds data on Bedun before the day of regrowth. It may just offer a glimpse at the face of Golbugger, the creator himself. I'll admit that I'm curious. I know Golbugger made us, and I know that it's his will we devoltanize. Past that, my only concern is surveying the land and making it easier to carry out the mission. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of land left to survey. I pray you walk always in Golbugger's grace.
Friend.
Well, did you find Kelleran? Have you unlocked the disc? Ah, I see. Then its contents are visible now. Thank you so much. Faluna, I can promise that your name will go down in Zurabogan history, alongside the results of this crucial research. I will start it up immediately. Oh. Oh. Oh my. This is Golbugger. I never dreamed to find such a wealth of information intact. What? This is the true face of Golbugger? But then... Apologies, well, seeing the true face of Golbugger just came as something of a shock. Took a moment to process. But you deserve an explanation. Just give me a moment to compose myself. Yes. So this disc does in fact contain a record of Golbugger's appearance. It seems that many Golbuggans existed in a previous civilization, and many types of them what's more. But their appearance, those who birthed my kind and watched Bedun in Voltant they were nothing at all like us. In fact, they looked like humans. At present, I can't even begin to understand what the implications of that might be. I'll need to spend more time with the data on this disk first. Regardless, thank you for all your assistance. Here is your compensation. Take it with my compliments. And if I may, one final question before you go. Was your earth blanketed in the same beauteous impurity as Bedun? Not really. I see. So you had just begun in your mission to shroud it in Voltant. Knowing you humans' determination, I'm certain it would not have taken long. Hearing that suggests that similarities exist between your kind and our gods all the more. A thirst to dig up everything beneath the soil, and then lay waste to all above it, and finally in the end to create us. Perhaps we ought to look to humans to refine their ways, until they can become as a second race of Golbuggers to my kind. No, this is just like legend. Soon disaster will claim us all. Is it true mighty giant alien fell to Earth in Sylvium? You were one to bring it down? Impressive. But this hails greater danger. On our planet we had old legend. When giant falls to Earth, world will die and find life anew. Crones speak these words for 10,000 sons, pass them down through generations, though few of True Clan or Cavern Clan remember. If legend is true, this world will die. You respect ancient ways, unusual for Earth race, Earth alien. Regardless, we must ready for disaster. I have sent warrior Ochi to look for signs of change. Nimiu, massive flood of beasts approaches. Is this end you foretold? Disaster comes at hands of sacred beasts. I have gathered clan warriors, but we are few. What can we do, Nimu? Legend says single youth will rise, stand as ray of hope in darkness. Perhaps you are that hope, Earth alien. We can only pray it is so. Now save our world from coming terror. Your bravery befits hero of legend. Now hurry to field of battle. You cook up amusing tale. Cavern Clan, why do you come here? Do not bare your fangs, Tree Clan. I have not come to fight. Many times has Cavern Clan said this. Many times has Cavern Clan lied. Now go before I lose my temper. I should return your spite 100-fold. And yet... Bah. World is ending around us, Tree Clan fool. Is this really time for petty squabbles? If you seek quarrel, let us fight when battle is over. For now, shut up and join me. Why should we help you? Cavern Clan's woman does not appear to lie. We must let go of grudges, Ochi. Together, we may ward off disaster. Go now, fight at this woman's side. But Nimu... Heh, old man has some sense at last. Now to battle. Are you ready too, Faluna? Fight with all your strength. Fight or get my boot in back of head. Such talk. I like girl with fire. We face them on Eastgate Plain. This is my first big scrap in a long time. Now all will learn why Slovity is called Beast's Bane. They will fall to mighty Wolfen first. We will show them the power of prone. Haha, many beasts approach, more than most see in lifetime. Such entertainment. Are you ready, Earth Alien? Said and done. Now let us begin. And you, Ochi Wolfen, do you come too? Of course, I will show you bravery of Tree Clan. We will see. Now let us crush disaster underfoot.
Follow my lead. Shadow strike. Shooting star. Stellar ray. Subterfuge. Dark always on fire.
Move in and keep the rhythm going.
What's the lane? Starborn.
Upward hand. Now that's how you think. You can do it.
Jet free. What? Dark light. Quick, thermal.
Now! Good work.
They told me all. It was great victory. Greatest, though I felled 20 more beasts than Cavern Woman. I left weakest for you. Others would have killed you. So face Sinicular and win like me before you brag. Only coward fights weaker prey. I admit you fought with bravery, strength, but I was still the victor. Warriors are so stubborn. Who was stronger, Arthadian? Cavern Clan or Tree Clan? You are right. After 10,000 suns of fighting, we forget we are all children of Tormina. If only our clans could join together, we would be warriors fit to rival ruffians. When Giant falls to earth, world will die and find life anew. Maybe this bond is new life of legend. Tree Clan and Cavern Clan fear nothing if we stand as one, and if you stand with us. Please take this gift, then raise toast to new future.
Anyway,
I would greatly appreciate your patience while I explain my plight. I understand this is sudden, and any hesitance on your part is natural. Casual small talk to ease tension and build rapport has never been my strongest suit. New LA's provisional government is poised to accept a representative for the city's xenoform residents. Oversight for the election of this individual has been entrusted to the Orth. At present, we have asked the Manon and Nopon populations to put forward a candidate chosen by internal consensus. It is here that things went awry. The Manon took to the political process most eagerly, and their candidate, a fellow named Adapin, presently leads the race. However, the policy platform Adapin has proposed is quite beyond our comprehension. All food reserves are to be converted to pizza. Payment for all contracts is to be made in pizza. He has also proposed a pizza tax to be levied upon all pizza-based transactions. My people aspire to broad-minded inclusiveness, but I'm afraid this platform simply does not reflect the desires of all New LA's non-human residents. Yet, Adapin is adamant. He's taken his policies for Fatis accomplice and has begun buying up pizza parlors all over the city. The ove within me cries out that something must be done to avert this disaster. Which brings me to my point. It appears that dissuading Adapin at this time will be quite impossible, so we have decided to undermine his campaign. I understand how this action could seem to violate the sanctity of the democratic system. However, we also feel that allowing our first elected official to represent us so poorly is an equally unacceptable option. I wonder if I might not have your assistance in this. Other ideas? Certainly we have considered them. For instance, we thought of using the nature of Orphean reproduction to multiply until we became an unbreakable voting bloc. But heedlessly increasing our numbers presents a host of problems that my race would much prefer to avoid. In this case, forcing the Manon to stand down is in the best interests of all races. We plan to depose Adapin using drugs. Please do not mistake our intentions. We aren't about to poison anyone. The drug in question is a traditional Orphean compound that dulls the judgment and makes a suspect adopt an extremely positive outlook. Put simply, it makes them agree to literally anything. And who would trust a politician willing to say yes to anyone and anything? Though I frankly question the sense of anyone who trusts a politician proposing something called a pizza tax. But I digress. As an example of our plan, we might propose that the pizza tax be banned forever, at which point he would voice immediate support. He would lose all of his erstwhile supporters, and his campaign would be dead in the water. That is the sort of scenario we envision. You can assist us by gathering the ingredients required to make this compound. The two ingredients we currently lack are one Cybercacerus mushroom and 5 sturdy drake bones. I would ask you to gather these ingredients and return here to me. I do not think it an overstatement to say that this mission has major ramifications for all Mirror's citizens. Let us bend the path ahead towards a better future for all. Ugh. That ain't happening. Not yet. Not till I get my skull back.
Yes? Huh?
Greetings.
Before the Ganglion came to our homeworld, the Rothian army had an elite covert force called the 100 Hellions. Despite their small numbers, the Hellions were combat elites, legends that other soldiers would speak of only in awestruck tones. They resisted the Ganglion to the very end, and it cost nearly all of their lives. Gi Zhang alone survived among all of the Hellions, and he came here to Mirror with the rest of us. He has since left our ranks to train. He said, "I wonder how he fares."
What?
What? You know him? I see. So he has grown that strong already. In that case, he should end his quest and return to us. We need such strength now.
Hey,
No, this lump of scrap is not the manner of blade I seek to make. Where am I going wrong? Is it my skill that is lacking? The quality of my steel? Or is it perhaps the fault of my fool apprentice? Well, what say you, Ginagri? Me, sir? If it is you, I shall not hesitate to remedy the situation. Stand still, boy. Even this failed blade should be more than enough to cleave a flimsy thing like you in twain. Master, please, you must try to calm down. I have pounded steel for years in search of a blade keen as a razor, and adamantine in strength. This marks my 10,000th attempt. You cannot expect me to look upon 10,000 still corpses, lifeless despite my pouring my very soul into every last one of them, and remain calm. You there, human. Were you in my circumstances, you would also be crazed with rage, would you not? I have seen that look before. No need to say it, human. I understand. Ginagri here approached me with similar adulation the day I took him in as an apprentice. Seems we geniuses draw people to us merely by existing. My every drawn breath is a spectacle. It is a heavy thing to bear. But so be it. I shall allow you to aid me in achieving my grand dream. I have spent these 40 years hammering steel in search of an unbreakable sword. A blade that would not melt if plunged in magma, nor shatter if struck broadside by a shooting star. As yet, it exists only in the visions of my mind. But just think of such a thing existing in waking life. Is it not enough to set your heart to pounding, to make your spirit sing? Now come, take my hand and let us forge this fated blade together. And on the glorious day when the sword is born into this world, you shall be rewarded handsomely, for my word is solid as my steel. My word is as solid as my steel, even. Wonderful. From this moment forth, you are my anvil and my hammer. You shall assist me body, heart, and soul. You'll begin by asking the Manon blacksmith, Neraf, what the hardest metal on Mira is. She is learned but meek. My overwhelming presence terrifies her. Attempts to visit her have always ended in her running away. Ha ha ha. But if an exceptionally average sort such as you were to approach her, she is certain to receive you with open, scrawny arms. No! Please let me go. Wait a moment. Oh, you're not that terrifying Rothian, are you? Did you need something? I'm always happy to help non-terrifying people, usually. You are concerned on my behalf? Ah, I see. Very, very kind of you. That ruffian has been sort of stalking me. At work, at home. The man is relentless, isn't he? It's like he lives just to drag the secret to refining my patented hypersteel out of me, you know? When I informed him that information was proprietary, he began roaring about dreams and unbreakable somethings, while violating my personal space. Huh? He sent you here to ask in his stead? Though I guess you seem to have some common sense and basic social graces, don't you? Oh, what does it matter? I'm very, very tired of running from him, so I guess it's time to give up. Bring me the purge self-destruct mechanism I require for my upcoming experiments, and I'll teach you how to make hypersteel. That's fair, right? Just hurry, okay? I need to finally be free from this personal ruffian nightmare. Yeah. Oh, it's just you. So sorry about that. I guess maybe the trauma that ruffian inflicted runs a bit deeper than I thought. A while back he came after me, waving a sword around. Did I tell you that? Because he did. I was sure he was about to murder me. To murder me. Your kindness warms me, you know that? So, did you acquire that purge self-destruct mechanism? Yes, this will do. Wait, will it? No, yes, it's fine. Anyway, here is the recipe for hypersteel. Combine Chimerian cinnabar with Zygrin cragstone, according to the instructions in that data file, okay? Pretty simple, isn't it? Oh, and this is brand new tech, even among us Manon, so I would appreciate if you kept it to yourself. So, what is this special sword that ruffian is trying to make anyway? Is it really so powerful? Wow, really? I didn't realize it was so impressive. As a technologist, I'm very, very interested. Maybe I'll have the chance to test that sword against the armor I make someday. But don't get me wrong, I still have no desire to deal with that man ever again. So please, tell him to just forget all about me, okay?
This knowledge will aid you. Ha!
Greetings.
Keen agree. Your smithing lacks passion. When you hammer a blade, you should be pounding the sum of your life's experience into the steel. Flimsy resolve makes flimsy steel, boy. Put the weight of your past behind each swing. Unleash the full brunt of your pain. Yes, sir. I was wrong, sir. I will try to be better at life in general, sir. Yes, good. Be better at life. What are you doing just standing there? Have you also come to learn the art of the swordsmith? Heh. Come now, human. No need to be shy. The truth will set you free. Though I understand my raw genius inspires jealousy in most, it is only natural you should reject me to preserve your own fragile pride. Well, no matter. Let us hear the secret to smelting hypersteel. Yes. Yes, I see. Sumerian cinnabar. And Zagrin cragstone. A fascinating alloy. Ha! Yes. I can see it now. Their properties together would yield a blade that could cut through anything without breaking. Good for Luna. Next you will need to procure those materials. In the meantime, I shall be here meditating on the half a lifetime I have poured into smithing. I must be prepared to put my all into this steel once it is ready. Even for a genius, this is no mean feat.
Greetings.
So you have come. After plumbing the depths of my smithing soul, I have reached the razor's edge of enlightenment. Bring me those materials. My hammer is ready. The unbreakable blade has ever eluded me, as if it were shrouded in a dense mist, but now I have glimpsed its true form. This shall be a masterwork, half a lifetime in the making. I will forge the perfect sword in the fire of my passion. Curious, eh? Well, you have done much to help me. I suppose you have earned that much. Very well, I shall tell you, as a special treat. I am driven by a motive complex in its simplicity. I think swords are awesome, especially when people fight with two swords at once. That is the best. So, I will need to make a second unbreakable sword in the fullness of time. Then I can start thinking up special moves and what to call them. What? Why that look? Surely you do not mean to make light of the passion that has driven a 40-year career? No? You just want to be paid already, Well, I suppose that was the bargain. Fair enough. The only problem is that I am utterly broke. I have been more or less a hermit all these years. Swordsmithing is more a personal quest than a solvent business. But that is not to say I deceived you. As soon as I have made the unbreakable sword, I will be unstoppable. All the beasts of Koldros will fall before me. I will earn enough to pay you in no time at all. So, Keen agree. Prepare the forge at once. There is work to be done. Yes, sir. At long last, you will give physical form to your dream. The unbreakable blade. We embark on the creation of the awesomest sword ever forged. It's you. Heh, you have found me in quite a state. I took the completed unbreakable sword into the field to hunt indigents, but the ganglion turned up while I was fighting my quarry. Numbers are a cruel thing. Even the skills of a genius are for naught against so many assailants. No matter how much armor it split, or how many bullets it deflected, the blade remained utterly pristine. It is every bit the perfect sword I dreamed it would be. But now that I think back on my 40 years as a swordsmith, it strikes me that I have spent precious little time actually wielding a sword. Such is the price of genius, I suppose, for even under the tyranny of the ganglion, I was never sent to fight. Instead, I manned the forge the entire time. Small wonder I would be no match for a fearsome beast like that millipede, eh? The blackguard caught me off guard and swallowed my sword whole. I imagine you can already guess what I am about to ask of you, Then off you go. Track that millipede down and wrest my unbreakable blade from its gullet.
It didn't have to be like this.
Shoot some more! I'll blast a hole right through it! Shadow strike! Dark Hole Wanda! Look at you! Dark Hole Blade! Slide! Dark Hole
Now! Melee attack!
can't even reach the thing.
Listen.
Okay, listen
Guess what,
carefully.
Faluna? I finally finished analysing the data units. And honestly, I never dreamed my old team would cook up something this crazy. The research was a secret to the former heads. I expect they never told me because it had possible implications for my career. Still, stings to have been left out of a product this juicy must have been a blast. Anyway, I'm planning to pick up where they left off so I can see this through to implementation. Oh, would you listen to me? I'm sorry. I still haven't explained what this next generation frontier nav actually entails, have I? But you have to promise you won't laugh, okay? Because the scope of this project is aggressive. The aim is to link every planet in the universe to frontier nav, sharing information and resources freely among them all. Their schematic starts with the planets of our original solar system and proposes linking to newly discovered planets from there, including Mirror. I have to say, I still can't picture a bunch of elite scientists coming up with something so fanciful. But I still think it's wonderful. A system like this could literally bring all of space together as one. I knew you'd feel that way. You've got a screw loose someplace, and I mean that in the most complimentary sense possible. I'm going to make this project happen, no matter what it takes, no matter how long. It may take 20 years, it may take 10 times that, but I'm planting that seed today, and I plan to spend my life tending it. So I'd like to ask your help in gathering the massive supply of moranium and arc sand ore it will require. I want you to be my partner in this crazy plan. What do you say? Thank you. That should be enough to cover an initial exploratory study. Let's link new worlds to Frontier now, Faluna. I know we can do it. Talk about dreaming big. An interstellar frontier nav would change everything. But even the preliminary research on a project this big will require a huge amount of moranium. You're the only one I can rely on, so please, let me know once you have the materials. Thanks. That should be enough moranium to get us up and running. Now, the only other thing I need to get my exploratory study started is 50 pieces of arc sand ore. So, if you have those on hand, I'll happily take them.
Thanks.
Perfect. Looks like you've gathered all the arc sand ore too. You never cease to amaze. But meanwhile I'm stuck in my analysis here. So this is a strange question. Have you had any dealings with Tobias? You think? Huh? I always thought he was a greedy jerk intent on using Frontier Nav for his own selfish profit. But as I've been digging through these data units, I've realised that there is still one more out there. And no matter what I try when tracking it down, all roads seem to point to Tobias. If I had that 6 archive, it would fill in some big gaps in the team's design. If you've got a rapport with Tobias, maybe you could find some way to trade for it. He absolutely hates me, otherwise I'd go myself. Also, I doubt I could negotiate without punching him right in his smug face. Sorry to foist an unpleasant job on you, but I've got no one else to turn to.
So,
How's it going, pal? Still raking in those credits? Huh? You need me for something? Well, I sure hope it's one of those get-rich-quick schemes. Data units? Where the hell did you hear about those? Kirsty. Why, that hypocritical little... She's the old girl. So the old girl finally got this far, eh? Well, I'm not saying I won't hand it over, just not for free. It'll run you 10,000 credits. It's worth at least that. What do you say? Shouldn't be too hard for a tough gal like you to scrape together that kind of dough.
so,
Well, you got the money to buy my data unit yet, or what? When you think about what's on it, 100 grand is a damn bargain. Appreciate the business. Ah, this is sweet. Should be more than enough for me to get started as well. Get this back to Kirsty in one piece, yeah? Oh, and I went ahead and removed all that annoying encryption for you. It's nothing but raw data now.
Listen.
huh?
Is that you, Faluna? What brings you to this neck of the woods? As you can see, I've been inspecting the water purification plant. Water is every bit as vital here on Mirror as it was back on Earth. Therefore, it must be rigorously supervised. What idiocy is this? Have you lost your wits? I'm a pathfinder through and through, and a quite famous one I might add. Anyway, HQ is known to be short-handed at the moment. When capable citizens step up to assist with their workload, it benefits all of New LA. Is hammering in data probes a Pathfinder's only duty to New LA? No. The very notion reeks of indolence. If ever a citizen of New LA finds his talents needed, he must answer the call, whenever and wherever it comes. When fellow citizens are in peril, do you not rush to their aid? I pride myself on being an excellent judge of character, and I see now how right I was about your command of objective reason and historic wisdom. I'm honoured to have met someone capable of understanding my philosophy. Well, that concludes my inspection of this facility. I have some important business to attend to in the industrial district. I hope we can work together again soon. Well, how'd it go? Did Tobias have the 6 data unit? So, the records were right. And what did he say? Knowing him, I bet he tried to extort you for everything you're worth. What? That's not... But how? I was on the team and it took me forever to crack their encryption. How could he manage such a thing? In any case, can I see it? We don't have any more time to waste on Tobias. I need to start researching this right away. Yes, it's just as I thought. This data unit is the final piece. Combines with the other 5 you gather to make one complete blueprint. There's still a long road ahead of us, but this is a big boost in the right direction. I'll get to work right away. Oh, and this is for you. A big boost in the right direction. Oh, please. Frontier Nav system design is way out of your wheelhouse, so spare me the amateurish optimism. You think designing an entire interstellar infrastructure is some walk in the park? Just flip a few switches and hope for the best? Ha! Tobias, what are you doing here? And how do you know about that? Nothing ever changes with you. You seem so together on the surface, but some part of your brain always checked out. Ain't that right, Faluna? Then the blades must have beaten some sense into her, because Kirsty was hopeless back on the whale. And every time she screwed up, which was a lot, me and the rest of the gang had to clean it up. If you don't believe me, there's a personnel registry on the data unit I gave you. Give a search for my name and see what happens, yeah? Is this a joke? Why would... Oh my god. Frontier Nav Network Development 3rd Branch. Why is your name on this? Because I was working on the project, you mope. Don't you remember? We kept running into each other in the hallway. True, I had to have this handsome face swapped out after the crash. That landing did a number on my nose, but anyone could tell it's still me. I don't care what you used to look like. I can't believe that a selfish, greedy man like yourself was on that team in the first place. You need to quit judging and start thinking, sister. Do you think expensive research projects get paid for with sunshine and rainbows? And do you think Blade HQ or the provisional government would ever phony up the cash for a bat-crap crazy project like this? Maybe not now. But once we have a solid proposal together, we can... Even proposals cost money, and right now you don't have enough to whip up a spreadsheet. So, that's where I come in. I just transferred all the money I've banked into your personal account. Don't go blowing it on dresses or something, yeah? That's capital for the next generation of Frontier Nav. Oh, and I'll handle the network development. So why don't you stick to your speciality and whip up some new data probes? We good? Good. Then I'm out of here. Oh, and good work on collecting all those data units. I'd actually been planning on handling that once I finished gathering the money, but you saved me the trouble, you bastard. And now I promise that the last development team survivors will make their dream a reality. What the hell just happened? Partner? That walking avatar of avarice? Sorry, I think it's going to take some time for this to all sink in. Don't look so surprised, Faluna. Close your mouth before something flies inside. Yes, it's true, even I enjoy the company of animals. After slogging around with wretched humans all day, the serenity of a friendly pet is just what I need. Or do you think I should only pet pure-breed cats? Oh, a show-class feline with the finest possible pedigree. Perhaps a handler or two. I suppose I understand how you might think that, what with my wealthy upbringing and all. But no, I think I've moved past such things. Now I just want a pet that can keep up with me. Price and breeding don't matter at all. I just want a pet that matches my personality. That's why I'm really more of a dog person than a cat person. Actually, what I really want is a manservant. That's a fine point. Reviving my house means reclaiming our power. Only when we are widely feared and or respected can I truly say that House Effinger has been restored. But I would certainly need servants to attend me. Mark my words, one day you'll be on your hands and knees begging for the job. That would be a sight to see for sure. Anyway, I'll see you around. Toodles.
Yes, well...
I have a question for you, Faluna. You have a look on your face like, do I know you? It's me, Irio, the Definian. This is the form I took to live in New LA. I've really been enjoying it, honestly. I haven't seen Mother around lately. Have you heard anything? Don't tell me she got on your nerves so much you had her scrapped. You're as kind and patient as ever. But I challenge anyone on the planet to listen to her for an hour and not go homicidal. Any sane person subjugated to that hubris would want to bring her down a peg or 10. Jokes aside, the fact that you haven't heard anything makes me even more concerned. She can't give orders directly to my sisters anymore, but there are still plenty of people who will listen, or worship her even. Lately I've seen her speaking with a Definian named Lavia, an awful lot. Do you think I could ask you to track Mother down? If she has run off, I'm certain there's a whole unpleasant plot behind it. I feel like I only ever bring trouble to your doorstep, but know that I appreciate your help. I suppose it makes sense to look for Lavia first, since she's the Definian whom Mother was contacting. I assume she is still in New LA, but, well, she's a Definian. She'll be disguised as a human. I guess there's nothing for it, save to ask around, track her down wherever she decides to show herself, and press her for what she knows about Mother.
You hear? Unbelievable.
Listen,
Listen up.
what a beast.
Hey.
Listen. I see.
Now then.
I see.
Hey.
Listen, all right?
1, 2, 3, 4. Get a load of this.
Oh, and get this.
Ah,
Did you hear?
Well, am I right?
Oh, and get this.
That's crazy.
Am I right?
Step right up.
Hey,
What's that?
hey.
interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
You hear? One, two, three, four. Did you hear?
Ugh.
That's
Am
crazy.
I right?
Step right up.
Hey.
I see.
Hey.
One, two, three, four.
Really?
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
You serious?
I don't know. I haven't actually thought about a final build yet.
Am I right?
Step right up.
Somebody fix this.
Some career opportunity this turned out to be. She said I'd be the boss, but all I do is haggle for weapons and dig up info on Blade. If I'd known I'd be the queen of busywork, I'd have thought twice about who I tagged along with. Oh, I'm done wheeling and dealing. If you still need me for something, I'm free now. Oh, that's so nice. But yeah, it's just that I recently got scouted to be head of a new organisation. I was all excited to be the boss, but when I showed up, I was the only person working there. At the end of the day, I'm basically just an errand girl for the CEO. Is the CEO's name Fortin? Oh, yeah, but hey! How do you... Wait, are you for Luna? Mother told me to watch out for you. But I'm deep in hostile territory here. Okay? Keep it together, Livia. Think. There's no other choice but the nuclear option. Run away! Oh, but I still need you to deliver those ASAP, Fritz. What got into her? We finally strike a deal and then she bolts like a frightened rabbit. Is she really that busy? Plus it seems like her boss scrimped even harder than usual on the funds for this latest order of weapons. Honestly, I feel bad for her. Whoever she's working for, they're bleeding her dry. It's pure exploitation. Let's see, looks like she wants them all brought out to Rooney Cavern in Oblivia. Now she's become a regular lately, and I don't make a habit of prying, but what in the world do you suppose they're doing in a place like that? You think maybe they're planning to get a bunch of blades out there for a mass hunting mission or something?
That's crazy.
I brought the weapons, Mother, but where is everyone else? Where are all the others? Being the boss of an empty cave isn't exactly the career opportunity I had in mind. Oh, quit your whining. Who do you think I am? I am Fulton, Keeper of the Galaxy's Wisdom. My daughters will crowd here any day now, sick with worry for their dear mother. Then we will use the arms you have assembled to raise New LA to the ground. Iro and Faluna will pay dearly for humiliating this. No! How are you here? How very conscientious of you, but ultimately useless. I simply decided to take a little vacation here. There is no cause for you to trouble yourself on my account. Why don't you hurry back to your city? Now, Livia, kill. You are more than a match for her. What? No way! I can't handle for Luna. Bah, defeat this nuisance for me, and I will allow you to rule all of New LA. Now go, or I shall take back my promise to instate you as Queen of the Definians. What? Fine, I guess I don't have a choice.
We should leave them just to be safe. This could make all the difference. Stellar Red!
Move in and keep the whistle going.
Dark Ball I know! Take this! Come on, no time to lose.
Stop! Time out! Look, all I did was gather some weapons because Mother said I could be leader of a Definian army. I never signed on to take over New LA, and I certainly have no interest in harming you guys. Livia, you dare to call yourself my daughter? You will fight for me so long as you draw a breath. Now kill Faluna this instant, Then we shall storm New LA together. No way, and quit kidding yourself, Mother. None of the other sisters are coming. The Definians are done being your slaves. We want to work as proper employees. Can you forgive me for Luna? I promise to cut all ties with Mother. Oh, you are so nice. Thank you. I'd rather work for someone like you than for Mother any day. I'll get out of the way here. As for Mother, you have my permission to do your worst. Really, it is most kind of you to have come all this way, just to pick me up. Such a dear friend you are. Now let us hurry back to our home sweet home of New Los Angeles. I'm pleased to see that your minuscule intellect can grasp the wisdom of a peaceful resolution. Now, off you go. Whisk me back to that cesspool of a city you call... Looks like no amount of attitude adjustment is enough to save this one. Really, Mother, this is simply pathetic. No wonder the other sisters abandoned you. You impudent whelp. Just who do you think you are speaking to? A loud-mouthed hunk of metal who is tragically also my mother. I owe you yet again, Luna. I'll take responsibility for disciplining Mother. We'll see you back in the city. Drop by in a bit, would you? When at last Nopon roots have spread over the land, spirits shall appear. Shinshin saw it, incarnation of the most sacred of all the spirits, divine Nopon. O great and merciful spirits, forgive mighty ignorance of poor heathen friend. Even friends should mind tongue and repent transgressions before all-seeing spirits drop their hammer of smitiness. Friends should watch what she says. What she says, yes. Divine Nopapon is always listening. Divine Nopapon is mighty guardian deity who appears wherever Nopon make their home. And now that spirits have acknowledged Mira as true home to Nopon, incarnation of Divine Nopapon has appeared. But Shinshin was unable to glimpse true form of Divine Nopapon. That privilege is reserved for true Hero-pons only. Or so legend says, and friend knows it must be rare sight if there are legends about it. Just beat incarnation of Divine Nopapon in combat. Shinshin knows friend is thinking, oh, is that all? Well, friend should think again. It is said that incarnation of Divine Nopapon can take on form which commands living creatures around it. It is without doubt more powerful than any being you have ever encountered. Ever. Shinshin is very interested in vast power Divine Nopapon is said to bestow on worthy. Not to say that Shinshin wants power for herself. Shinshin simply wishes to see it with own two eyes. Does friend have courage and confidence to defeat incarnation of Divine Nopapon and win this power? Fine answer, friend. Shinshin spotted incarnation of Divine Nopapon inside Whale's Weeper in Noctilum. It looked like Servius, but do not be fooled, that is only shell. One final warning for friend. Do not lay down life in vain. I think I need the scout to get there. What else can I do? Ah, it's you. What perfect timing. Metaphorically, I would equate the perfectness of your timing with happening across an umbrella at just the moment it begins to rain. Though I would not actually need an umbrella due to my mask, but, well, it's still a fairly good metaphor, is it not? But no. I mustn't allow my satisfaction with my well-crafted metaphor to distract me from the matter at hand. And that matter is a most interesting prone who is said to speak in riddles known as prophecies. Contradictory though it sounds, he says these messages from the past can be used to see the future. Do you have any knowledge of this man? I would very much like to ask him why he chooses to speak in such a fashion. So this man dispenses his prophecies day and night in the guise of a storyteller. A most amusing and fascinating calling indeed. I would very much like to meet this Nemu. Or to put it in terms of the prophecies in which he trades, perhaps I was destined to encounter him. Then our encounter would be fulfilling a prophecy crafted thousands of years ago. What a strange feeling this is. I quite like it. Hopefully Nemu will accept me as his apprentice and teach me the ancient arts of prophecy. Oh, it's you. Sorry, am I being obvious? So I told you Kirsty pulled strings so I could present my work to some industry heads, right? And it went well. Or I thought so anyway. But I heard nothing since that day. Nothing. My research is at a total standstill. No, you're right. I know my battle probes are going to spark a revolution. I just have to keep reminding myself of that truth. Thanks. I feel a little better. Seems I owe you for more than just a mountain of uranium. I've been working on a new series of battle probes that help fighters defend against the tribute damage. It's the last of the designs I made aboard the White Whale. If this one doesn't convince my detractors, I'll admit defeat. Could I ask for your help one last time? It's a big favor. I need 40,000 units of uranium. You understand, right? I mean, you've used my battle probes more than anyone. These things make a difference. They could keep our people alive in the field. And in the right circumstances, they'll make more of a difference than any skell or weapon could. So I'll be waiting here for that uranium. I'll produce a new type of battle probe that the arms industry brass can't ignore. I'm 110% ready to go. Have you secured the uranium yet? Alright, it's time to realize my finest design. The attribute-resistant probe is like nothing ever even I've made before. So let your hopes get sky high. now that you're here, would you listen to a quick story? So, just as I finished working on this, I was contacted by a bigwig from one of the arms manufacturers. Turns out they want me to head up their new project. It's a pretty massive undertaking from the sound of it, which is probably why it took so long for them to get back to me. But they finally saw the value of my battle probes. All my work. This isn't a dream, is it? None of it could have happened without you. Thank you. I promise I'll never forget this. I figure this might be the last time I get to hand you one of my battle probes in person. Here, it's my gift to you. It's my greatest masterpiece, the Attribute Resistance Probe. Install one in a front-in-app probe site, and it'll boost all of your attribute resistances as long as you're fighting in that region. Use it to keep the city safe, and in the meantime, I'll dedicate the rest of my career to fortifying New LA as well. After all, this city is the final bastion of mankind here on Mirror. Can't find that anything. I can't really do anything till I get my skull back. The proper one. It's actually good-ish, relatively. Gonna have to stop here for now. Pretty much literally stonewalled. Till I can get a salvage ticket to get my other skull back. So that'll have to be it for today. Which is annoying. Oh well, things I can't control.